Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Razovy, and today I want to talk about Delicious in a Dungeon. Now, I have not read the manga. I have not, engaged with this in any way, shape, or form, with the exception of the anime. And for me, that is kind of special because I tend to do it the other way around. I tend to first read the manga, and then if I really like it, I watch the anime. So, kind of different. I just want to talk about it today. The pros, the cons, that kind of stuff. Before we actually go do that, though, in the pinned comment and also in the description, I have left a link to an awesome free manga drawing course. Basically, pro Japanese manga artists, yes, they do speak English, of course. They teach you how to properly create manga art, manga panels, anime art, that kind of stuff for free. Yes, there are paid courses, of course, they got to make money in some way, shape, or form, but there is an awesome free course available as well. So check that out, check out the link. It is definitely worth it in my humble opinion. Now, Delicious in Dungeon, or Dungeon Meshi, whatever you want to say, is something that I did not expect to like. Might sound weird because it's very popular. It's really popular. In fact, it's on Netflix, I believe, meaning that a lot of people have access to it. Especially when something is on, for example, I don't know, like a High Dive or Hulu, or let's just take those two as an example. Now, as an American, you will most likely have access to these things, right? High Dive, or Hulu, that kind of stuff. But what many Americans don't realize is that basically in any other country, the streaming services are not available. For example, in my country, there is no Hulu. There is no High Dive either. So the fact that this is on Netflix is a godsend for many of my fellow Dutch people, for example, and I'm sure for many other folks living in many other countries as well. Which is kind of cool. I think that also contributes to its popularity, but it's not just that, because it's just really good. It is genuinely an awesome anime. Now, for the folks that have no clue what this is about, fair enough, I'll explain. Basically, we follow a group of ragtag adventurers, and the story starts out with Laios, who basically loses his sister to this huge red dragon. And when I talk about loser, it means that basically she defends Laios, but in return is eaten by that damn dragon. Now, apparently, and I'm not really sure how that works, but apparently she's not yet declared dead. It is apparently possible to save the gal, and they are planning on doing this by slaying the red dragon, or at least they're going to try. I am not yet at the part where they do that. I'm not even sure if they're going to do that. I am currently at what episode? Episode 5. They're currently 8 episodes out of the making of this video. So I'm not sure if in episode 8 or something they'll manage to do it. I sincerely hope that eventually they will, but for now, not the case. And they are going to try and rescue Leo's sister. Now, who is they? Well, for example, Mashira, an elven, I guess, wizard, or Mahotskai, I guess is how you would say it in Japanese, like a wizard, I guess. And she travels with Laios. Now, there's something about her. I'll talk about that soon. It's quite funny, actually. And in this case, Chilchuk also travels with them. He's not a dwarven. I'm not really sure how. Oh, half foot. Okay, so I guess his race is half foot, whatever that may mean. And he's a locksmith. Basically, he anything that cannot be opened, he's able to open it, though. And eventually, they also meet Senshi. Now, before I talk about Senshi, he's a dwarf, by the way. Before I talk about him, let's actually get to the meat and potatoes of, and yes, pun intended, of this anime. Because you see, in order to save Falin, or Farin, I guess, if you are watching the subbed version, in order to save her, it's going to take a lot of money. It's going to take a lot of effort. The problem is, this group has effort, but they do not have money, which is a problem. So, Laios, in this case, comes up with this great idea. What if, instead of focusing on buying supplies, specifically food and water, what if this group simply eats the monsters that are present within the dungeon? Because Laios kind of figures out that these monsters should be edible. I might think, oh, that's nonsense, but then they meet this guy, Senshi. And it turns out Senshi has been eating monsters for a long time now, knows how to properly prepare them, and knows how to serve them to eat. He joins this group. He joins Mashida and Chilchak and Laios in order to, help Farin. But he's also their cook. And Laios loves this because he has been wanting, he wanted to eat monsters for quite a long time now. Chilchak is kind of iffy about the whole thing. Like, he's okay with eating monsters, but he's not a big fan. And Mashida, this is the funny part, Mashida hates this. She hates eating these monsters, and it's so fun to see. Now, why does she hate it? Well, if you look at the monsters, they're pretty gross. Like, you have slimes and these walking mushrooms and these types of clam-esque monsters, and it's gross. It is gross. Like, I have to give it to Mashida. The monsters are gross. But when you cook them properly, apparently, if you take a look at the characters, they taste well. And even Mashida admits sometimes that, yeah, okay, they taste okay. So it's really funny. And now it's not just about cooking monsters though. The main focal point of the anime is always about food. So whenever this group goes and do something, it's always like, oh yeah, we need food as well, and we get to see like how the monsters are prepared by Senshi himself, and sure, the other ones help out and help cooking and whatnot, but Senshi is like the cook, you know what I mean? But besides that, we have the overarching story of Farin needing help, right? So that's pretty cool. And you know what I like so much about this story is that basically these adventurers have to go deeper and deeper and deeper into the dungeon in order to save Farin. But the deeper you go, the more dangerous the monsters get. So there's tons of action too. It's really cool. I kid you not. Besides the food looking awesome, besides learning about cooking, you'll be surprised. You'll learn something about cooking even though the ingredients are non-existent in our world. You still learn something about cooking, which is awesome. I like cooking. Also, besides that, it's just there's action, there's even, for real, the action scenes are quite gory sometimes as well. You'd be surprised. Sure, this anime is for, well, not for all ages, but definitely for like 14 and up. So it's not too bad, but I mean, the action scenes are quite heavy. But it's cool. It is such a fun and cool story, and the suspense is great. Look, like I said, I haven't watched the last 3 episodes, so maybe it's going to go down the drain in these last 3 episodes, maybe. Who knows? But the first 5, wow. I am impressed beyond belief at how good this is. And cool. You know what is cool too? Look, I tend to watch anime like without subtitles in Japanese, because I speak Japanese, right? But I decided, you know what? Let's give the dub a try too. Let's see if the dub is any good. So the English dub. And I'll be damned. It's good. It's actually good. And the cool thing is, like, it fits the characters. Sure, the Japanese voices fit the characters. Of course they do. Like, Japanese voice actors are, really, 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 really good. But the English voices suit them too, because the setting is European medieval, right? This is not Japanese medieval with Japanese folklore. No, it's like based on European folklore. So having English voice acting actually makes more sense. So whether you're going to watch this in English or watch this in Japanese, both is sincerely amazing. Now, before you click off the video, do me a favor, click on that darned link where you can learn how to draw manga. It is so good. Like, for real, the free course alone is good. If you're only going to go for the free thing, do it. It's worth it. Learn something. Learn a new skill. In this case, learn how to draw properly. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that this video is useful to you. If it was, make sure to click on the like button. If you are not subscribed yet, but you do like this kind of content, do me a favor, click on the subscribe button. And yeah, I will see you guys later. My name was Razovy, and bye-bye.